has come.
War Games!
Your son Hook, why the hell is he not training with you, but he's training with me?
Welcome to the show! Welcome to the show!
It must be Thursday. Welcome to the show. It's episode 298. This is your captain speaking, along with the here and now, Mike Larkin, and Travis the Walker Anderson. El Jefe should be joining us very soon. He's cooking a turkey, which brings me to my next point. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Luckily for you, unlucky for me, because we don't get to eat 2 turkey dinners a year. Meh.
Oh.
I don't know why we love our food. And well, actually, no, you're not allowed to eat meat anymore. No. Okay.
Ooh, that sucks.
Congratulations to our new knowledge and promo champions. We crowned 2 champions last week. Alex Dorio, of course, was crowned champion after the Phoenix was stripped and then survived all challengers, and the winner of the microphone standoff.
Microphone standoff.
Had to give Mike one last chance to do that. King Mo finally got it done. 4th time was a charm for one of the Max Wrestling Horsemen, Moses Marquez.
Congratulations, Moses.
And Travis, you sly dog. The man behind the mask.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is what it is.
It certainly was what it was.
It was me all along.
It was me all along.
Yeah, I still didn't put that soundbite in. And you know what? Ain't it incredible how Facebook has this feature called an activity log? And what it does is it shows you everything you've ever posted, liked, or commented on. So obviously there's no trace of something you've allegedly done, right? Incredible.
Absolutely.
Lies, as usual.
If anybody has their doubts, please contact me or Desi Lee. There's screen recordings and screenshots, and I have full access. And it was not my intention as to be Alexander to hurt anybody's feelings or sabotage anyone or anything negative. It was supposed to be fun and just fuck with my good friends.
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, you fucked me, man. I was sleeping. I was in my bed, and all of a sudden, here comes a camera, man. I'm in my bed, man. I'm in my bed. I feel like Drew sleeping in my bed.
Now, when I video called you as Alexander, I almost messed up because it was so hard to not laugh. Like, I was laughing so fucking hard. I was rolling in the kitchen. And, it was freaking hilarious to me.
I hate your guts, man.
Most people do. It's okay. I forgive you.
No, it's okay. I forgive you. I'm like JR, man. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, now, this is the last time I'm going to mention it because every time I think we've moved on, the fucking guy keeps popping up and I'm done. Mike, you've known me several years now. You know if I cut someone out of my life, there's a very good reason.
That is correct.
Okay? In the last 6 months, I've had to put up with this bullshit while losing 2 uncles, almost losing my job, and losing a fucking baby, okay? So this is the first and last time I'm going to acknowledge the situation. Move on, grow the fuck up, play with your new friends while they last, okay? And stop using the Phoenix to contact me because he's too polite to press block. How you doing? Keep it moving. Right. It seems kind of dumb to do this because it all happened before Survivor Series, but nonetheless, let's take a trip back to Friday night, recharge those batteries, and it's time to recap the smack. I'm already thinking of closing the stream as SmackDown opens with the Street Profits, and poor Big E is still doing stupid comedy shit. But anyway, multiple tag teams hit the ring, and we end up with yet another excuse to shove the Street Profits down our throats, as they team with Raw's New Day to defeat Rude, Ziggler, Sami Zayn, and King Corbin. Daniel Bryan makes his return with a fresh hipster haircut, looking for revenge on Jey Uso. Meanwhile, Otis is chosen by Adam Pearce as the final member of Team SmackDown. Speaking of Team SmackDown, Pearce selected Bayley to join the women's team, while Natalya had to earn her way by defeating Tamina. May as well have just handed it to Natty as well, but okay. Drew McIntyre showed up once again because we're giving zero fucks about the draft this week. For some reason, we need a contract sign-in for a champion versus champion match that's already set in stone, as Roman calls Drew a secondary world champion, girl. After months and months and months and months and months of build-up, Murphy finally faces Seth Rollins with the Mysterios at ringside. A very strong showing for Murphy and a clean and decisive win. Longtime rivals Sasha Banks and Asuka also come face to face, but Carmella attacked Sasha once again as Asuka just stood back and watched. Finally, in the main event, Daniel Bryan did get his revenge with a win over Jey Uso, but yeah, let's put Otis in the Survivor Series team and leave Bryan off the show. Good call. And that was SmackDown.
Makes no fucking sense. The fact that Daniel Bryan comes back with that haircut, beats Jey Uso, but hey, Otis!
Let's face it, Daniel Bryan is a hipster. He's all about saving the planet and, you know, whatever that whole, no, what is it? Tofu.
Tofu, yes.
Yeah.
Tofu.
Fuck the tofu.
Dude, he's like Doug. He's like Doug Funny. Ooh, wee, ooh, killer tofu. He's like the Beats, man. What is it? Killer tofu.
I mean, everybody obviously already knows all this about SmackDown because we've had Survivor Series since then, but, you know. Overall, I can't really complain about Survivor Series. There wasn't really anything that I thought, what the fuck is that all about? Other than, I mean, Seth Rollins literally does not want to work with Matt Riddle.
No, he does not. For the greater good.
I was about to say, hey, this is the first pay-per-view that I've actually watched of WWE since WrestleMania.
Oh, I mean, SummerSlam was pretty good.
Yeah, pass.
I mean, okay, so Seth didn't want to work with Riddle. He's also got responsibilities at home. You know, Becky could pop any minute right now. But the problem now is they've got to somehow write it into the story for when he comes back. So what was the greater good? You sacrifice yourself and SmackDown got whitewashed.
Yeah, I honestly thought that they were going to take the win. Like, okay, so he sacrificed himself. All right, we got to work harder. We got to work better. We got to be a team. And then go to town on them. But nope, that did not fucking happen at all.
Raw gets a clean sweep. I mean, you could kind of see towards the end of the match that it was going that way to get Jey Uso into trouble. God knows what Roman's going to do on Friday.
I think the only good thing about it is if we get the next pay-per-view, I believe, is TLC, right?
Yes.
I think the only good for me that comes out of it is if we get Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan for the title.
Yeah. I'm also kicking myself as well because for weeks before we did the predictions last week, we were saying how Lana's going to be the sole survivor, like Nia's going to put it through the table and they're going to forget about it. It didn't go down that way, but she was the sole survivor and we completely forgot about it last week. And we all pretty much said the SmackDown women were going to take it. Damn it.
I know. But hey, look at it like this, man. If they keep going the way they're doing, maybe we could see Asuka and Lana as the Raw Women's Tag Team Champions.
Well, for a second, I thought that the match this week was for the titles, but obviously it wasn't.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, I can see them doing that.
Here's the thing. She's being, even though people are like, oh, you know, she's getting this because, you know, the heat with Miro won't shut the fuck up. But I look at it like this. She's at least on TV and getting booked like, you know, like in a prominent position. while Miro's over here playing video games.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely sucking. So shut the fuck up, people.
Yeah. TLC as well will also be like a week before the Maxis, so we're going to be predicting that like 10 days before. But I think we've also got Final Resolution the same week.
Yes.
Or is it? Yeah. Oh, no, December 12th, so that'll be... That's actually going to be a freaking Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday?
Oh, no,
Yes.
there's a Saturday. Yeah, so that's the week before. So we're going to have Final Resolution predictions, and then the week after we're going to be predicting TLC. I love these double pay-per-view bookings. I don't really, because it meant last week that I only held the predictions title for 7 days. Travis,
Nice.
man. 4 consecutive defenses, you're still predictions champion. I think in less than a week you're going to break the record. Which is kind of impossible to do because we've always got a pay-per-view to predict.
Well, I mean, I remember at the beginning of all of this, once we started the predictions title, you said it's the champion's choice what we predict. Because I was trying to, since we were starting to get real heavy into Impact, I was like, all right, well, I mean, if
Yeah,
you
but I
want,
when we
we could do
introduced it-
like. I was gonna say, if you want, there is a special, next week.
Yes.
Winter is coming.
Oh yeah, Dynamite, yeah. But I mean, are we counting that as a pay-per-view? The thing is as well, when we introduced the predictions title, we really weren't that much into Impact yet, but obviously we address it, we discuss it every week now, so we're all fully into it, so...
Oh, hold on. Wait, really quickly. I apologize for interrupting you, but do you realize when the last Final Resolution was for Impact?
Oh, I'm going to say 2016?
No, the last Final Resolution was 2013. Do you remember the big match that was on it?
No, 2013 was a very bad year as far as I'm concerned for Impact, so I don't really remember much of it.
Okay, so
that was when I kind of started winding down from it.
Yeah, so the last Final Resolution, it was in 2013, main evented by Magnus versus Jeff Hardy in the Dixieland match in the final round.
That shit.
Yeah, Dixieland match.
Yeah, we're going to hang the belt above the stage for you to climb the ladder and get it. What?
Yep, the Dixieland match.
Oh, man, that sucked. And,
yep, it did.
You know, the worst thing about that whole storyline was AJ obviously had the replica, you can tell, because the replica of the TNA World title is shinier and heavier. Trust me, it's heavier.
I've seen you hold it, Dazzy Dave.
Yes. There's a very, very, very obvious difference between those two titles, and AJ obviously had the replica. So it didn't really work as well as like when WWE do like Razor and Shawn, Punk and Cena. They have the exact same belts. Sami Zayn and Jeff Hardy. But yes, I remember it now.
That was also around the time where I thought it was ridiculous because I think they had that Maximum Impact tour right after that. And I'm like, so you're having to go back to his hometown in the UK and he's the heel? Like, are you kidding me right now? They're going to cheer him because, he's the hometown boy.
Yeah, I mean, we did throw some booze at him, just for fun. But, it was so stupid. Like, I think he was literally the first ever British person to win a major world title. Yes, TNA is a major world title, shut up. And, like...
He was.
A couple of weeks before they come over to the UK, they make him the biggest heel in the company. What?
Mm-hmm. Assholes.
Now, yeah, that's going back a bit. On to Raw, as the men's Survivor Series team celebrate their win. Adam Pearce was about to announce the next challenger for McIntyre before Strowman just randomly lost his shit. For all he knew, Adam Pearce was going to announce him, but he just goes, "You just should be me." And then headbutts Adam Pearce.
Don't address me. It should be me. Adam! Okay. Yes.
I don't watch Raw. I don't watch SmackDown. Who is Adam Pearce?
The WWE.
He's kind of a producer, but they've kind of quietly made him the on-screen personnel authority figure.
Yeah,
so kind of like a GM.
Yeah, just not without saying he's a GM.
He used to wrestle in Ring of Honor for a little bit before he came. Well, no, I think he retired, but he used to wrestle in Ring of Honor a lot. He's a former professional wrestler. It's him and Pat Buck, who trains a lot of the guys for Creative Pro in New Jersey, along with Brian Myers, aka Kurt Hawkins. But yeah, they're both wrestlers or former wrestlers.
Got you.
Pat Buck is the one that got Samoan dropped and beat up by Nia Jax.
Yeah, the dude that looks like Sam fucking Roberts.
Sam fucking Roberts. He used to be. You know what's funny about Pat Buck? Do you know what his original name used to? You know what his nickname used to be when he was a wrestler?
Was it Sam fucking Roberts?
No, when he was Pat Buck wrestling as Pat name, he was Platinum Pat Buck.
Platinum Pat. Okay.
Platinum Pat Buck.
Was he rich or something?
No, it was just that was the gimmick. He was Platinum Pat Buck. I don't know why, but I just remember he was Platinum Pat Buck.
Was he
wrestled,
shiny?
I think he was shiny, yeah, but he wrestled a lot on the Northeast. And I think he actually was under WWE supplemental contract back in the day.
Well, the front of his head is sure shiny. All the hair's kind of gone to the back, but I digress.
Yes.
Due to those actions, of course, Braun Strowman has been, quote, suspended. And he goes on Twitter and just goes on a tirade, "Why am I suspended?" And it's just like, you headbutted an official for no reason? Yeah. And then he's complaining about, earning a title shot, and I'm like, you literally had a world title 3 months ago.
Yes. You know what that reminds me of? Remember when Kurt Angle was the gym? Kurt, I haven't done enough.
Yeah, okay, you were second choice because Roman decided to go home, but they didn't have to pick you. You weren't even in their plans. They picked you just for the fuck of it.
So
being an ungrateful fucking child.
Ungrateful bastards.
Yeah. So the rumor, well, I mean, we'll get to the actual triple threat match that we've got next week, but the rumor is that's not going to mean anything because Braun is going to be the number one contender anyway when he comes back. If that makes, or at TLC anyway.
Yeah.
So the tag title rematch from Survivor Series ends in a bullshit double countout. Then MVP urges the referee and New Day to restart the match, and then New Day win anyway. I'm sick of this shit.
I'm tired of it.
This is why I probably need to rewatch it because everybody says it was an amazing match, but this is why I didn't care about it at Survivor Series. I don't care about New Day winning all the time. I don't care about them being tag team champions all the time. And I fucking hate the Street Profits. Everybody knows that. But apparently it was a good match, so maybe I'll give it a rewatch and just...
And it was a good match, Daz. It was a very, very good match with the Street Profits. They looked like $1 million going against...
Well, I saw Montez almost get a damn concussion from Kofi.
Oh, my God.
He stood on the outside and Kofi comes flying at him like a motherfucker.
It was brutal. Or Montez. But no, the thing is, too, with the New Day, I'm just like, I'm tired of them. Well, we're always going to put the tag titles on the New Day. I was waiting for the Hurt Business to win. It was a schmaz in the beginning. The double count out, and then, they didn't want to win like this, and then they lose. And it's just, I was waiting for Shelton and Cedric to win the tag titles. I was hoping, but they didn't do that. So I'm interested to see what the direction they go with this for the New Day's next challenger.
Yeah, absolutely wrong call. I mean, if you're going to set it up for a rematch and then have another rematch immediately after, or restart the match or whatever, why retain? What's the point?
Or they could do a TLC tag match or a ladder match for the tag titles at TLC. And Shelton some crazy shit.
I'm hoping that's where it goes. Yeah, Shelton and Cedric definitely should be tag team champions. Like, what a New Day now? 10-time tag team champions? And that was another thing. We're going to break up New Day, but hey, Big E's going to accompany him to the ring anyway.
Well, it's like when Bradshaw was fighting Scott Hall in the first draft for Backlash. And then here comes Ron Simmons Farouk after they split up the APA.
Yeah, this is why people just think the draft doesn't mean shit.
Doesn't.
I mean, obviously, I get it. It was just to promote Gears of War, but... Okay.
So you take it back.
I'm still disturbed by that. I am so freaking disturbed by that. I used to
look
love
like
that
weird. Doesn't it just look like a weird end of game boss with 6 limbs?
It's like they came out. All right, so when I was watching Survivor Series, and the New Day comes out. I'm like, what the hell happened? It looked like damn Fortnite threw up on Gears of War. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yes, it's more annoying though because they had this big emotional farewell. You know, they were all crushed when Big E got drafted to SmackDown and the other two got drafted to Raw. And then they just keep doing stuff like this. So it's like, what's changed? Apart from them not being on the same show every week. I digress. Dopey.
I would just like to say, hold on, wait a minute, man. I still have my Gears of War hat. I hear y'all talk about Gears of Wars. I still have my friggin' like skull cap from back in the day, and that was disappointing even just to see it, man. Y'all putting on me and my emotions right now because I used to love that hat. Love that hat.
Like, it hasn't even been a week, and I found Gears of War 2, and I was playing it just like a few days ago.
And
I see this, and I'm like, bastards.
Isn't it funny how they make a more realistic version of the New Day than the actual wrestling game did?
Okay, yeah, that's
fucking 2K.
Touche, touche.
Now moving on from Survivor Series, Dopey gets a victory over Fireface. For those that aren't up to date, that's Matt Riddle and Sheamus.
Firecrotch was taken, bro.
So I'm going to keep calling him Matt. Matt Riddle is the first person to earn a spot in next week's Triple Threat match to determine who faces Drew McIntyre, even though apparently it's going to be Braun Strowman anyway. We then had Asuka taking on Lana because... oh, man.
Reasons?
Well, no, there was a reason. Lana was so excited about being the sole survivor and everything, and somehow Asuka got it into her head, okay, you want to face the champion, you can have a match with champion. Wait, no, what? So, yeah, Lana kind of got herself into a hole there. But it's quickly interrupted by Nia and Shayna, and as Nia attempts to put Asuka through a table, Lana saves her, and we end up with a tag match. So this is the first week that Lana didn't go through a table.
9-1.
9-1, the streak is over. So Lana is in the Kira through the clutch. Asuka rolls up Shayna for the win, and then Lana bolts like a motherfucker.
Wouldn't you?
Literally, as soon as the bell rang, she was out of there.
Deuces, what she said. She said deuces and ran for her life.
But I think Nia was behind the barricade, wasn't she? She wasn't even at ringside.
She was behind the table. She went over the announce table.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, and so then she pops up like, what the fuck just happened?
That was a whole lot of women that went over the announce table. My goodness gracious.
It didn't break, though.
It did not.
So, with Matt Riddle in the Triple Threat match, he tried to do business with MVP backstage, with MVP being an entrepreneur. So he suggested Broger.
The Broger.
MVP is obviously very confused, and there was just a brilliant delivery from Matt Riddle as MVP goes, first things first, I'm not your bro. Aw. Just like, aw.
Aw.
So I eventually ended up with MVP saying, okay, so we can talk about your ideas, and if they don't work, if they work, we're gonna do business. If they don't work, we're gonna do business.
Here's what they should do. If Matt Riddle wants to just have some yogurt, some bad, just go on down to Sweet Frog and get yourself some frozen yogurt. All right, Matt? You don't need no Broger or nothing. Just take your ass down to Sweet Frog.
Oh, man, I dread to think Matt Riddle is an entrepreneur, though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the commercials for it?
Bro.
In the second match to determine who enters the Triple Threat match, Lashley takes on Keith Lee. And this one ends confusingly as well because MVP just attacks Keith and gets Lashley DQ'd. What are you doing, MVP? You've already been screwed with the tag team titles earlier with a double count out.
So, God rest her soul, he was channeling his inner Whitney Houston. He gets so emotional, baby. He got his emotions.
Every time he thinks of you.
Yep, every time I think of you. Yeah.
So, Mike had to get the pop culture reference in there.
Goddamn.
Lashley advances to the triple threat match by DQ, so far it's Lashley and Matt Riddle. Now we finally got a match between Alexa and Nikki, and it ends beautifully as Alexa plays possum by crying and then swerves Nikki with her sister Abigail.
Can I say she's amazing?
She's a great actress.
It's perfect storytelling at its finest. Use the vulnerability factor. Then bada bing, give her. That wasn't even a friggin' Sister Abigail. That was a flatliner, is what that was. That wasn't even a Sister Abigail. That was a flatliner. And then she just covers her in the very, cutesy way. And also, by the way, we got to say some congratulations, man. Her and Ryan Cabrera. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Now,
I forget Ryan Cabrera now, but okay, go ahead.
This should come as no surprise. Def Rebel have done it again. What the fuck was that entrance music for Nikki Cross?
It goes outside of the realm of her craziness because she had a great theme that
outside the realm, but ain't even in the same universe.
It was just like happy and upbeat. I'm like, this is not Nikki Cross.
That was music for a rookie.
Yes. Oh my God! Friggin' put on John Cena's Slam Smack again. That like friggin' what am I big generic man?
It's like tuning into the Addams Family and they play the Saved by the Bell tune over it.
It's a good comparison.
Fucking Def Rebel.
Friggin' Trev, we're cracking up.
And finally, in the main event, it was AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Obviously, wait, when was the last time they faced?
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, that's what pissed me off because like this is a WrestleMania quality main event. I'm like, they wrestled at WrestleMania.
And
asshole.
Yeah, any other time it probably would have been a big match, but it was just a qualifier.
Did you notice the botch? Did you notice the botch?
Who botched?
Good. So they're
Was
doing the thing. No, it's the Fiend spot. So the first spot with the Fiend where he pops up. All right. So they're going back in the ring and doing the spot. He cuts him off with the phenomenal form. Right. Does the DDT. You can see. I saw it out of my peripheral. You see Bray Wyatt jump over the barricade so he can get into position to the spot where he rises up from behind him to do the Fiend spot.
Oh boy. Well, it was a really cool finale. Just like when he just pops up behind the barricade and then disappears. Like, literally in the next shot, Randy's looking over the barricade, and obviously Bray's still there. And Randy's just looking for him. But yes, as you said, the Fiend distracts Orton by twice appearing behind him, allowing AJ to hit the phenomenal forearm to join the triple threat match next week.
They don't want none.
Now, I gotta ask, is AJ a face or a heel?
Who knows, man? He's a face in my eyes. I love it.
Well, there we go. Triple threat match next week is Matt Riddle versus Lashley versus AJ Styles. And it's not going to mean anything because, like we said, apparently there's rumors that Braun Strowman is going to get the title shot anyway. But we also know that Randy is definitely feuding with The Fiend, which is why we knew he wasn't going to beat Drew McIntyre last week. So there we go. Now, before we get into Impact, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, like and share. And whatever podcast platform you may be listening to, don't forget to follow or subscribe right now and take it to the max every week. And as we congratulate our new promo champion, who I believe has just joined us, Moses Marquez.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's the turkey? Is the turkey cooking?
Turkey is cooking as we speak. It took a heck of a lot longer than I thought. Trav is smelling turkeys all around the world, including the one all the way out here in lovely San Diego, California.
We can smell what the champ is
Smell-o-vision.
What the champ is cooking.
That's the problem with recording this show outside, especially on Thanksgiving. I'm outside and all I can smell is food, and I'm starving.
I mean, we've had cooking videos from Moses in the past.
That's true. Quarantine cookout and such. I've thought about bringing that stuff back. I don't know. That's like, I told my stepdaughter, I said, I need a camera person. She looked at me, she said, well, why me? I'm like, well, you're a child. You know what it means to have children, and a lot of dads are going to agree with me.
Slave
Two
labor.
things: free labor and cheap entertainment.
I can agree with that.
There you go.
Well, like we said, congratulations. Finally, the promo champion.
Oh my lord! One more off the checklist.
Just one more to go.
That's right.
Yep.
But we also pay tribute to the former champion, the Demoness, who reigned dominantly for 230 days and will now be taking a well-earned break. She was so powerful to work through dark family times and deserves all the respect in the world for her loyalty. She has vowed to return when all the dust is settled, but until then, we say thank you with this.
Hello, mortals. Embrace the darkness.
We have made a point. We struck fear in each and every one of you.
I've walked a dark and lonely road into places no one goes. I've faced my life, found the strength to keep the grief till I figure out the rest. Spark the flame, let it turn to fire. Can't take me down, I'll just push higher. I am the broken hearted, I am the lost departed. I am the one they talk about. I am the fear and the doubt.
She has blown everybody away since day one. I've never seen anybody come into promo competition and gain so much support so quickly. She's broken every boundary to forever be a huge piece of Max Wrestling's history. So from your captain, from Mike, from Travis, Moses, the Kingpin, Robert, everybody, we thank you, Demoness.
Bleed.
I am the broken hearted, I am the lost departed. I am the one they talk about. I am the fear and the doubt.
I was a thing you never should have messed with.
Hey, this is Tommy Dreamer, and you're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast, giving you all your wrestling information to the extreme.
So Impact this week kicks off with another match in the tournament to determine the new, revamped Knockouts Tag Team Champions, and it begins with Kiera and Tasha getting a win over the Sea Stars. Now, Mike, you know everybody. Can you fill us in on the Sea Stars?
Does he have to?
Well, if there's a better person, find me.
Well, I've had the pleasure and privilege of interviewing Ashley Vox and Delmy XO about 2 years ago. It's the Team Sea Stars. They had a little bit of mermaid thing. They're both sisters in real life. They've teamed in the New England area for New England Championship Wrestling. Ashley Vox, we've seen appear on Impact against the Disco Inferno. We've seen Delmy and Ashley Vox also on the independent circuit. We've seen Ashley Vox on NWA television. She has been all around, and her sister are doing the damn thing as the Team Sea Stars, and we got to see them go against Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz. If you look at Ashley Vox and Delmy XO, I'll tell you straight up, these two girls got it. Ashley Vox is openly gay, and it's a beautiful thing, man. We got a lot of great talent in there, and it's also a new talent initiative for Impact Wrestling. But if I was to be completely honest and bottom line it, we've seen them a lot in the New England area. We've seen Ashley Vox appear on Impact and NWA television, but this is the first time that we're actually seeing her sister Delmy with her on TV, so it's a beautiful thing, and I'm happy to see it.
I didn't even know.
So in other words, he needs to send me a match where Kiera Hogan's not involved, so I can be unbiased.
So wait, they're
I'll
sisters?
send you a match where they're sisters. Yeah,
One's like 2 feet taller than the other.
I know. Ashley Vox
fucking
very
siblings for you, bud.
I suppose.
My little brother's taller than me, all right? By like 4 inches.
Everybody's
I
taller
swear to
than
God,
me.
he's the milkman's kid. Everybody's taller than you.
Like one of my best friends who was like a year below me in school, he's like a foot taller than me.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, you're a short bastard, Dazzy Daniels.
I am a short
I think we're
I'm a
all on the
short
short
bastard.
side.
You're a bastard.
Well, after the match, your suspicions were confirmed as Jazz is revealed as Jordan Grace's partner.
Who called it? Who called it?
You don't get the predictions title for that.
But calm down there. Calm down there, EY.
First and foremost, I was saying to myself, it's got to be either Jazz, and also, did you also see who they're talking about bringing back? Speaking of the fact that we're talking about former talents, did you see who they're possibly bringing back soon?
Somebody?
No.
Taylor Wilde,
bro.
bro.
I did see that announcement, actually, yeah. I didn't actually click on it. I just sort of scrolled and thought, oh, Taylor Wilde, yeah, she looks different. And then carried on scrolling.
First ever knockout tag chat with Sarita, a.k.a. Sarah Stock, who is now a part of the WWE as a coach and trainer, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Taylor Wilde gets as much recognition as she deserves. I really like Taylor Wilde in her original run.
Yeah, former knockout champ. Hell yeah.
I think some people just kind of saw her as generic, blonde, you know. But no, she was really talented.
Of course. Well, what's interesting about her is she was in WWE developmental around that time before TNA. She was Chantel
everybody
Taylor.
Kind of was.
Yeah, that's true. Deep South, baby.
The original TNA roster, they all had tryouts in WWE.
I will say this about Jazz, though, man. Bald-headed.
Mm-hmm. So, has she retired and come out of retirement, or is she currently retiring on a tour?
I think she is currently retiring.
Okay.
But like I said last week, in an interview, she said she wanted to do a bout on Impact, and bada boom, bada bing, here we are.
Because I was getting confused because she was saying, you know, what better way to finish off her retirement tour than winning the Knockout Tag Team titles? And then something said, oh, Jazz comes out of retirement. I'm like, so is she retired or what?
Oh, well. Back to Mac.
I mean, I'm sure they'll make a good team. Who are they against again? Is it Renee and Killer Kelly?
Killer Kelly. Oh, hold on. Stop the presses. Renee Michelle, that gear. Woo. And number 2, Killer Kelly. Great to see her doing her thing on NXT UK. Had that great match with Meiko Satomura on the Mae Young Classic. Killer Kelly up in there, up in there. I loved it. I'm partying up like DMX over here.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really up in there during the match. A little bit later on, we'll skip ahead a little bit, because Kimberly defeated her pretty quickly, to be fair.
She did, but I will say this. Yeah, Buzz, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I think you were just saying to be fair.
It's a letter Kenny reaction. When somebody says to be fair, you have to do to be fair.
Oh, yes.
Fancy.
My bad. I was going to say, man, even though it might have been quick, it's great to see her get the exposure, man. Because I'll say this right now, as someone who's watched NXT UK, we did not see a lot of Killer Kelly in there during her tenure. She actually left early this year.
I got so confused because they announced Killer Kelly, and then only Renee walked out. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, it confused the hell out of me too.
But the segment after the match, I think, was amazingly done. So Susie returns and very cleverly turns her back to the camera. Then they cut to a different angle, and you could still see Susie, but then Su Yung comes out. And it was done so smoothly.
It really was. Absolutely well done.
And of course, Su Yung just beats down Deanna and Kimber. And then goes back up the stage. Su Yung walks out, and then I don't even think they switched to another camera angle. If they did it very quickly, and then Susie turns around.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Expertly done. Props to Impact for that. Yeah. Okay, so going back a little bit now, Suicide... Oh, actually, we get to Wrestler's Court first. D'Lo, or Uncle Phil, as Tommy Dreamer called him.
That's horrible. Hey, Craig, though.
He does look like Uncle Phil. D'Lo replaces Tommy Dreamer as the judge, which is only fair because Dreamer, of course, is the one that made the accusations in the first place. Madison Rayne is defending Johnny Swinger because apparently she's the only person who even relatively likes him. Thanks to Locker Room Talk. Jeez, excuse me. Alright, so we'll come back to Wrestler's Court in just a little bit. Suicide answers Rohit's challenge, and Rohit obviously suspects what we all suspected, that it's TJP, and takes the title off the table. Rohit spends most of the match trying to take off the mask, and he finally does, but then TJP appears on stage. And Suicide turns out to be Crazy Steve, who catches Rohit with a pin. Swerve. I mean, I was expecting... If TJP is going to come out in any other gimmick, it's got to be Manic.
Yeah.
Because even then, when he was Manic, he didn't even wear the mask at the end.
That is true.
Later on, though, God, there was a little confrontation backstage with TJP and Suicide and Crazy Steve. TJP's just turned to Crazy Steve. Did you see the look on his face? No? Oh, yeah, obviously, sorry. Because Crazy Steve is blind. But it was just the way Crazy Steve went, no. Moose confronted Shamrock backstage and warned him of what will happen if he becomes world champion, because Moose is still on this tirade that he's the main world champion in Impact. So Alex Shelley is also back this week. Chris Sabin says their 3-step plan is Triple XL, the North, and the Good Brothers. And speaking of the North, Ethan Page's phenomenal opponent was again what we suspected, Swoggle.
Called it. Absolutely called it.
I mean, I was just happy to hear that entrance music again after all these years.
God, that was a nice flashback.
I mean, Swoggle does have the exact same hair as AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And the beard as well, actually.
Yeah.
The only thing they were missing was a big-ass bodyguard. Well, he was the
What
phenomenal
do you
one.
mean? I was gonna say, I was like, fucking, what do you mean? Machine Gun. Carl
he was
Anderson.
big.
He was the big bodyguard. He's the little dude, gigantic guy. It was a perfect image
I mean, yeah, Carl Anderson's big, but he's not 10 foot tall like Jordan.
compared to Swoggle.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not about. It's
Yes,
not about
of course.
statistics, it's how the P is, my guy.
Yeah, the ratio, of course. Now I get it.
All Carl needed to do was be in a suit.
Can you imagine Jordan with Swoggle? Oh, jeez.
Holy. I don't know if you could shoot that on camera. Like, you have to get an angle perfectly right. It's got to be an up-close shot all the time.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be a lot of, like, looking up from Swoggle's nose and shit. I don't fucking know.
Look at Vince.
Swoggle will be looking up so much you get a nosebleed.
Oh, yeah, put him on his shoulders one time. Too high.
Well, thanks to a distraction from Carl Anderson, the Winominal one rolls up Page for the win.
Well,
Beautiful.
there you go. Love it.
Wrestler's Court continues, and Dreamer sprays Larry D with that old mist that the Demoness had in... Not the Demoness, sorry, the Demon Assassin had.
See what happens?
Yeah,
What happens?
you see the
He's on our
connection? Had in Wrestle House. And of course, Larry D turns it into Lawrence D, who confesses to shooting Bravo.
What? Oh, Lawrence D. Fuck out of here.
Did you shoot Bravo? You're damn right I did.
Well, that was easy. Case closed. Let's go get some donuts.
Yep, so D'Lo acquits Swinger.
He said, if we don't...
Like, isn't it supposed to like continue like next week though? Because it was not he wasn't on trial. Or Bravo was, or
yeah, that was weird.
No,
because D'Lo said, "Let's just remember he's not the one on trial here." Yeah, but he's just confessed to it. So
yeah.
Anyway, but it was weird at the beginning of Impact. We opened with Bravo in what was apparently supposed to be a hospital bed. Just looked like a normal bed to me.
Is it the same bed that they used when Shark Boy was in a coma?
Oh, is it really?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Probably.
And Scott D'Amore almost wanted to pull the plug on him. It's like, okay, Scott, I want to give you an update on his condition. Yep, okay, pull the plug, I'm fine with it. No, he's actually doing very well. Oh.
You know what that is? Hold on a second, mister. We're both pop culture here. That was Talladega Nights. I think I want to pull the plug. Ma'am, your husband, he's not dying. He's just taking a nap. I've never seen him look like that before. That's what it was.
He also told Scott D'Amore he's not going to probably be the same person he was. Well, maybe that's not such a bad thing. So we go from this, and then Bravo just randomly appears in the court.
The water hose coming out of his pee hole.
Oh yeah, complete with a catheter.
Tommy just yanks it and drags him. That was pretty fun. That was funny.
I mean, I've never had a catheter, but jeez.
Yeah, that was probably the
I
most.
just was like, oh.
That was probably the most entertaining spot in that entire segment.
I mean, I'm still pretty convinced that it was Rosemary, because when Father James Mitchell was on the stand, he made the whole thing about virgin's blood. Well, I don't know much about virgins. Okay, creepy Father James Mitchell.
Holy shit! Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a holy shit to Dynamite that you're watching, or Father Mitchell.
No, no, I'm actually on the ladder match.
Oh, okay.
Right,
So
and I legit just saw Kyle O'Reilly just get shoved off a ladder with fucking zero wherewithal or content, or I don't know what the fuck. All I know is nobody gave a shit about that spot, and they said just go out there and push him. And fuck did he ever.
Well, we got another attack from Eric Young and Doring this week, as Daivari and Falabar wrestle for probably about 45 seconds. We should probably time these matches and how long they actually get in the ring before EY and Doring come out. But Rhino attempts to save the day, and he gets beat down as well. And we still don't know what the hell happened to Heath in that room last week. But I digress. So we mentioned Su Yung attacking Deanna and Kimber, and we've also just mentioned James Mitchell. Apparently, he is now going to help the two of them deal with Su Yung. So we're going to get some more supernatural stuff coming up in Impact very soon. Hopefully nobody gets stabbed in the throat with a Freddy Krueger glove this time.
Well, if
God
those
damn, that
guys
sounds violent.
from if those guys from AEW Dark show up in Impact, then it's a possibility.
Ooh, what guys?
Oh, there's like these two guys. It's a tag team, and they come out like Freddy Krueger football players. I can't remember the tag team.
In the world?
And I'll send it to you later. I'm friends with one of the guys on Facebook. I just can't think of his name at the moment.
Okay. And then
Mike, who the fuck's he talking about?
the Freddy Krueger guy. Yeah, Mike, who are you talking about?
I have no idea who he's talking about. I just know Max Caster and all those guys are on there. I don't know no Freddy Krueger shit. I'll have to look that up. I don't know.
I don't
sure that
know
wasn't
Freddy
just for
Krueger
Halloween?
shit. In the main event of Impact, Swan defeats Ken Shamrock, but Callahan...
You said it wrong.
Swan defeats Ken Shamrock.
Fucking Mike.
Yeah, I don't have that video lined up. Callahan and Shamrock attack him after the match. Eddie Edwards comes to the rescue, but jeez, gets taped to the ropes and absolutely clocked by Callahan's bat again, and just starts pissing blood.
Molly Wop.
That's a motherfucking mollywop.
Motherfucking Molly Wop.
So,
MFFW.
I mean, I probably need to watch it back again. I don't know if he clocked him like the hard way or anything, but that was a lot of blood. So security and trainers and referees and Scott D'Amore come down. D'Lo Brown ends up getting the shit beat out of him by Ken Shamrock. Just chaos to end Impact.
Hold on a second there, man. When you're talking about Ken Shamrock beating up D'Lo Brown, he had flashbacks to the Attitude Era, so he had good reason.
You better recognize. I also love D'Lo, using that little catchphrase in Wrestler's Court. And when Tommy Dreamer was replaced as the judge, he said, I was kind of looking forward to wearing that chest protector thing. You still got that?
Yeah.
Of course he does. Are you kidding me?
And yes, that was Impact.
Most of his money lies is in that goddamn chest protector.
Oh, okay. Before we get to the Rumble, we have a separate special event coming up, and that is the 2020 Maxis Awards Fatal Interaction, Voting is officially open right now for the best and worst of 2020, including Match of the Year, Angle of the Year, and what was once the coveted Meltzer Award, it is now the McMahon Award for Wanker of the Year.
Alright.
Not only that, you can vote for what type of trivia will be used for the Phoenix to challenge Alex Dorio for the Knowledge Championship. We already know that Daniel Crimmins and Travis the Walker Anderson will face off in the first ever tag team promo bout, which is anything but civil. If you saw the conversations in the Max Wrestling group, I'm glad you guys buried the hatchet.
Yeah, good. It's all good.
Oh boy, you can also vote for a first-time challenger for the promo championship against Moses. They are Chris Maldonado, The Phoenix, or Ted P. De Niro. One of them is going to have their first ever shot at the promo champion. And finally, you're about to find out the options to face the Shape at Podcast Promo Rumble 6. You can vote for that as well at the Maxis. It all goes down December 27th. Go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com/maxis2020 to cast your votes.
Sorry. The Shape is unavailable. The Shape is dormant until Promo Mania, where he will face the Phoenix. But you have me. You can call me the Jester. Now, voting is officially open for the Maxis. And at the Maxis, you'll get to vote for who faces the Shape at Podcast Promo Rumble. So, I suppose you should find out the options. Well, it's going to be somebody that the Shape has never faced before. And this time, somebody who hasn't won a promo or knowledge championship. Your options to face the Shape or the Jester at Podcast Promo Rumble are Cypher, Chris Durham, and Daniel Crimmins. So go vote now, and one of those unlucky three will have the chance to face the Shape or the Jester at Podcast Promo Rumble 6. And remember one thing, I'm a man of my word. Oh, and Phoenix, welcome to my domain. Max Wrestling Podcast is about all wrestling. WWE, Impact, and AEW.
Goddamn deniable!
And we got promos.
I love to entertain all of you. I've said it time after time again that I am the most passionate person when it comes to these promos.
I am the one that makes your blood boil.
We got trivia.
Who portrayed the fake Undertaker at SummerSlam 1994?
That'd be Brian Lee.
Mark Kapani is the real name of what former WWE superstar?
I believe that's Muhammad Hassan.
So join us every Thursday on the Max Wrestling Podcast and take it to the max. Go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com for more information.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy.
Hey, this is Tommy Dreamer, and you're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Madhouse.
And don't forget to subscribe on youtube.com/MaxWrestling.
Thanks for coming on. Gracias por venir.
It's Thursday, which means last night was another installment in the Wednesday Night War. So let's talk NXT and Dynamite. I think we'll kick off with AEW because Moses is still finishing NXT. We kicked it off with Hangman getting a win over John Silver.
Yeah.
Great match.
Poor John Silver.
Yep.
You say John Silver, but everybody loves him for his antics.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the guy. Like he is like so entertaining and damn good, but yet he struggles getting a win.
Yeah,
he has like the worst opponents.
He is kind of the comedy character in the show.
I was loving the whole thing though. He was like, all of a sudden they would be like randomly have like a stalemate, and he'd walk up to Hangman and be like, "Yeah, you a big guy, I'm a big guy too. Yeah, look at the muscles." Oh my fucking god, would you? But yeah, I love me some John. Like I said, I've said this before. If I had a federation, he would be my world champion because he's easy travel and he weighs as much as the belt.
Or you could have Leon Ruff, who weighs less than the belt.
That too, you know what I mean? You can fit him in anybody's suitcase.
Yeah, we'll talk about Leon Ruff and his chutzpah a little bit.
Yes. After the match was kind of interesting because the Dark Order pretty much extend an olive branch to Hangman.
This ain't new. This has been going on for a little bit, and all through BTE, all of a sudden you'll see Hangman randomly walk into the middle of a Dark Order segment and just start partying with them.
So seeds were planted.
I mean, I don't hate the idea. I did love the little tagline above his name, though. It was like he lost his phone 6 weeks ago, but he's too cheap to buy another one.
Well, it's not that he's too cheap, it's that he spends it all on whiskey.
Well, hey, whiskey's expensive. Okay?
Yes, it is.
The good shit, at least. I mean, the stuff he drinks is dark as fuck, so
yeah,
it's all bourbon.
What the fuck does he drink?
Bourbon. As JR points out, he's all, I see that's a bourbon in your hand, and it's not your first one.
Omega was interviewed backstage, and he pretty much challenges Mox to leave the hardcore style at home next week. What he wants is a straight-up wrestling match, which is, I think we should all be grateful for that. We had probably the most hardcore match we could possibly imagine between the two of them last year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they made a fucking glass table.
They made a goddamn net to fucking catch a man made out of barbed wire.
It's okay, jump.
And I'm like, okay, that's a little bit extreme.
Yeah, can you imagine firefighters that? It's okay, jump. No, I'm going to burn. Thanks.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Now I completely messed the opponent, but Will Hobbs defeats somebody.
Lee Johnson.
Very quickly squashed him.
The brand new name Powerhouse Will Hobbs has already been improved on Powerhouse Will Hobbs.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tongue twister. Well, after the match, Taz does some more complaining, which is answered by Cody. Cody brings up training Taz's son.
No, okay, hold on. So Taz goes out there screaming and yelling because, the FT title is not relevant. Look at the history behind it. The blah, 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 blah. Honestly, bro, the only real history I can think about is him and Bam Bam Bigelow just fucking killing each other, which is cool with me.
Hold on a minute there, King Mo. With the FTW title, you do realize there's only been 2 champions who are FTW champion back in the original ECW. Besides Taz, you know who else was the FTW champion?
Sabu? No, Rhino.
I want to say Sabu.
Hell yeah.
Which one?
Sabu?
Yeah, I was right the first time.
I was the only other crazier fucker in all of ECW, apparently.
Yes.
But he's out there complaining about the title. He says, I want somebody from management to come out here and explain to me, like, why. And so Cody just, like, walks out with his headset on, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, no theme, whatever. He walks out, goes up to him, and he's like, hey, dude. He's like, okay. And Taz immediately puts his hands up. Oh, you're going to fire me? You're going to tell me to have a good time in my future endeavors?
Cody says, okay, I'll run it up the flagpole.
Oh, yeah. I was like, dude, I was pissed when he said that. I said, if that's not the most bullshit management fucking thing you've ever been told in your life, like, and you could just, he's like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, yeah, fuck off. So Cody gets heated.
Yeah, tell me, like, Cody's got nothing for me.
Oh yeah, he's all the FTW title means so much to you, right? Well, then why is it that your son isn't training with you? He's training with me. And I'm like, first off, that's a fucking low blow. I don't give a shit what's going on. I don't ever bring fucking somebody's kid into shit, especially when I'm a wrestler and they want to be a wrestler. My kid's going to you, motherfucker, because I'm old. All right, fuck you. And when he said that, he threw the mic on the ground. He said that was low and that was stupid.
Yeah,
and
cannot
sure
believe
shit,
you went there.
I'm so fucking glad it happened. Taz chokes him out with a Taz mission. And then, I guess just the icing on the cake, we see little Taz, who's bigger than the big Taz. And I'm like, what in the fuck? But I'm just trying to think of all the times that Taz has been suplexed, so his spine is probably compressed to all hell.
Oh, yeah. But it was cool to see a Taz mission after all this time.
Oh, my God. I popped so hard.
The kata.
Everything about it was great. Like, you felt the intensity when Cody mentioned his son, when Taz dropped the mic and just whispered to him, and then Cody, of course, sold getting locked in the Taz mission so well.
Oh yeah, he did.
The gun club could have, given him
Billy
extra,
Gunn's slow ass.
Yeah,
Here we go.
They could have given him like an extra 10 seconds to get out of the ring. They were like already like on top of him before he got like over the rope.
Taz got his second
Taz,
leg over the rope, and Billy Gunn was just like right there at the ropes. Like, you could have grabbed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Gunn's like, I ain't on TV enough to put in this much effort.
Billy Gunn's like, yeah, I'm old as well.
I will, as someone who has met Taz once in his lifetime, because again, both New Yorkers, brother, he is that short.
Oh, I can believe it.
He's like 5'5".
He's probably the only person who actually looks his size on TV.
I don't know who's shorter, him or Tomohiro Ishii. I want to say Ishii's probably shorter.
Well, hold on a minute. You and your Tomohiro Ishii, hold on a minute. Let me see how tall Tomohiro is.
I would say Ishii's just a little bit taller.
Tomohiro Ishii.
With Taz's build doesn't help us either, because it kind of looks like he's all squashed in.
Was that
McAfee? Tomohiro Ishii is 5'7", and Taz is 5'5".
There we go, 2 inches.
Oh, bullshit, he's 5'7". Bullshit, he's 5'7".
That's what he's... Oh, wait, hold on. It has it listed as Taz is 5'9" on here.
What?
Oh, that's bullshit, too.
He definitely ain't nearly 6 foot.
That's bullshit, too.
Well, that's the build height, is that he's 5'9".
Ray is 5'6".
I am
sure
not the
they're
same
all
size
like
as
the same
Taz.
height, if not. Would Ray be taller than Taz? How weird would that be?
Ah, poor Taz. That was probably the best segment I've seen from Taz since joining AEW, so cool. Good job.
Yep,
loved it. Rey Mysterio's build as being 5'6", which I can kind of believe that.
Yeah. Now, last week I said I was looking forward to seeing more Top Flight. They must have heard me because they gave us more Top Flight this week. And they really held their own against the hybrid. Until
they signed.
I think it was Evans who got the submission.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they beat down the poor Top Flight after the match, and Young Bucks made the save.
Was the whole John Moxley thing before this or after this? Like
After.
him coming in and just like staring down Eddie Kingston, who looked like he was ridiculously high on coke, by the way. Like ridiculous.
I think that was just before. It was either just before this match or just after.
Yeah, I made the lovely comment in the live stream with Harold. I was like, "Well, Jesus, Eddie's high on coke, and then here comes the stoner team of AEW."
That was a nice little conversation too. You got your business, I got mine.
There you go. I mean, I have a weird feeling that like maybe they might end up like teaming up at some time. Like you could tell like they're like still got that brother-ish thing. You know what I mean? Like you could still tell they're cool with each other, but there's still a lot of heat.
I kind of felt like a little wound on Kingston because he had so much, venom to spew at Mox before the title match, and then after Mox beat him, he's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind seeing, a little tag, but at the same time, that would mean we'd have to see Mox with Andy and Blade, and I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're all hardcore guys.
I was just going to say.
Now in another tag match, Jericho and Hager get the win over SCU. Now this was just
Not too
nuts.
bad.
The whole inner circle jump in the ring, and then all 7 of them run away from Scorpio Sky.
Oh my God, here comes the athletic guy. Rod, we can't beat up the old guys anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
Ooh, he's got a chair. You've got a baseball bat.
That's what I was saying the whole time. I'm like, don't you got a bat, Rod? Okay.
They turned it.
Man.
You know what they did? They turned into Dirty Mike and the boys from the other guys. Run! It's a cops. Rub your dicks on the cars. You run away. That's what they turned into. They turned into Dirty Mike and the boys.
Now, this is what you referenced earlier, Mike. Best friends and Team Kip, I guess, brawl over an Xbox getting switched off by Orange Cassidy.
Fuck this stupid piece of shit.
I hate it.
Fucking. So first off, Orange Cassidy, I love you to death, bro. But if you turn off my Xbox, I'm punching you in the mouth. Okay. Like,
Yeah, so at least the brawl
I'm not
was
gonna let your
justified.
buddies take the beat. Like I'm gonna hit you. So he fucking. I don't know why in the hell they're giving these guys. I mean, I know it's a ruse so they can get beat up and shit, and there's a giant brawl. But they AEW supposedly gives these guys a fucking video game segment where they're just gonna sit in the back and play games in a wrestling show, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Can you imagine
got
when
his
the
fucking
AEW game
Xbox.
comes out?
I know, right? They're what are we doing now? We're playing the AEW game because Miro can't do shit. So, and apparently neither can Kip. And so Cassie comes up, turns the fucking thing off, and Miro's immediate reaction is, "My wife bought that for me," and he goes and attacks Orange Cassidy. And I'm like, "Oh, I already don't like this." And it's a shitty ass brawl. Miro's like walking around, and then Kip gets like slammed into a porta potty. And then Miro turns around and he yells at the cameraman, "Get out of the way!"
Yeah, they're
And I'm like, oh my God.
really dropping the ball on Miro.
Dude, I was not a big fan of Rusev, and I kept saying, I've said it multiple times on this show and plethoras of other shows, he should have just fucking gone to Japan. That's it. That way you can shut the fuck up and you can learn to work. Because whatever the fuck this bullshit is now, because you're a star or you were a star, or I don't know. All I know is I don't want to watch you, period. I would rather watch your dumbass wife get put through a fucking table or win Survivor Series by doing jack shit. You suck, and so does everything you're fucking doing. Kip Sabian can kiss my ass too. His wife can out though.
I see this shit. I see this stupid ass segments, and all I can hope and pray for it is that Tony Khan puts him in a squash match against Pac.
If Tony's smart, send him to Japan. Call DDT. I got a comedy guy for you.
Let John Silver squash him.
DDT, he can learn how to fucking work.
Well, I just said Pac because like he refuses to face him.
Oh, Pac will kill him.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Can I add on to what King Mo's Venom was, please?
Yes.
Okay. So my thing is too, I hate the fact that we have to build him around this whole bullshit with Kip Sabian because they both play on Twitch with video games, and it's the dumbest shit ever. And also, I would just like to add the fact that, all right, so you got freaking Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford, and, you know, he's the best man. When the fuck is his wedding?
I totally forgot about that stupid part.
I think they forgot too.
Fucking continuity. The continuity is not there. It's just like, oh my God, they scored my video game. What the fuck? Ah! And it's like,
Mike,
fuck you,
that's all it is.
Mike, you just know
That's
one
all
week
it
they're
is.
going to be playing a video game backstage, and Penelope's just going to walk in and be like, "Are we getting married or what?"
Yep.
I
You know
fucking
it's
hope
coming.
she does.
I hate it. It makes me mad because the problem was everybody's like, oh my God, he's coming over to AEW. I'm like, they made him look like shit because of the fact that we play video games. I'm cool. Look at me. I'm on my Twitch. Look at me. Here's my wife. Miro. Woo!
Oh.
And I'm just like, he was great as fucking Rusev with the Rusev Day. And the people just went like, oh, here's another WWE guy. I'm like, he was better there. Shut the fuck up. I hate it. Go somewhere else. This is bullshit. I hate it. Just, I'm sorry.
Also, the line "my wife bought me that" is so stupid because he only turned it off. He didn't break it.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was so fucking mad. I'm like,
I can understand that he
ain't
picked it up
broke,
and threw it
homie.
out the window.
no, they were in a fucking trailer. Yeah, he didn't dump it on the ground. He didn't kick it.
He literally
Damn
pressed the
poor
off
The
button.
on-off button.
Damn.
One of the very functional pieces of this fucking machine.
Can I make an analogy, please? Can I make an analogy, please?
Do whatever you got to do, man.
He friggin' acted okay, so they just turned off the video game, right? It's not like it's broke. They just turned off the video game, right? So they turned off the video game. They acted as if mom came in and told them to clean their room and they weren't listening. And friggin' they just shut off the game. And they're like, Mom! That's what it reminded me of.
Oh, you know what? Like in
that's exactly what it was.
Disturbia when she cuts the plug off the Xbox.
Yes! Shia LaBeouf was just trying to play his Xbox. Then, you know what I'm saying? After he punched his teacher. You know, he's on house arrest. I got nothing else to do. Cue Lonely Day playing in the background by System of a Down. Fucking turns it off, man.
Actually, it was the TV. She unplugged it and he goes, don't you think you're being a little dramatic? Dramatic. Picks up the scissors. That's dramatic.
Can I just... This is another Netflix, man. We got to talk about Disturbia on Netflix, man.
Yes, Disturbia is fantastic.
It is a very underrated movie, but it's good.
I'm alright. With another attempt at a contract signing, Mox attacked Omega during his entrance. And when I say attacked, he beat the fucker down.
He killed this poor fuck. He jumps him from behind. This one girl's like looking back. Is he okay back there? No, he's not okay.
Poor Kenny had his shiny shoes on and everything.
Oh, it was awesome. He gets beat. He gets his ass beat all the way to the fucking ring. And then Mox is just like, thank you, Tony. And when you thank Tony, I fucking died.
Well, Mox pretty much holds Omega responsible for getting attacked last week. Saying like, whoever you hired or whatever, they didn't do a very good job because I'm still breathing.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, you should have called me. I got some guys in Philly to do great work. I'm like, wait, what? Who do you know in Philly?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, right. I did like this whole thing. This was kind of funny. And then just because Trav asked me every fucking week, why do they always say shit about North Carolina? Apparently, the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame is based in North Carolina.
NASCAR.
That's what Justin Roberts said this week.
Yeah, NASCAR Hall of Fame.
He said no. He's unlike the NASCAR Hall of Fame, and I'm like, what in the fuck does the NASCAR Hall of Fame have to do with anything?
It's pissing me off.
It's just because they have to drop in North Carolina because Ric Flair, best ever, North Carolina.
Wait a minute. I have to take up for my fellow Carolinian over here. As someone whose family also is from the Carolinas, and I have a lot of family on my mom's side from the Carolinas, yes, I can feel his pain because you don't disrespect the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I love the NASCAR speedways. I love the NASCAR in general. I went and ate at the NASCAR cafe, and it was quite delicious.
Hey, if Top Gear taught me anything, you don't disrespect NASCAR at all down south.
Yes.
Attaboy.
Hey, born and raised, and I can proudly say, fuck NASCAR.
Attaboy.
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm not a giant fan, but I'm with Daz. Like, I loved, like, Top Gear was like the greatest thing I've ever seen. But when what's his face beat up that dude from BBC. Who was it? I keep forgetting his
Jeremy Clarkson.
Not James. Yeah, you go, Jeremy Clarkson. When he fucking yeah. First off, let's be fucking real here. Would BBC be anything without Top Gear? Because Top Gear's been around for like 20-something fucking years, and it's even so big it's in the fucking States.
Yeah.
That we have to have BBC America just to fucking watch Top Gear.
It was so big that Amazon picked up the trio to do their own show.
Oh, such a good show. I love that show. Have you seen the Amazon version of it?
I've seen a couple of episodes, yeah.
It's just the fucking... I love them because they're just hilarious. I grew up on them, and just their knowledge of cars is... And then Jeremy Clarkson is just a total asshole. But like in a really funny way.
Yes.
He's like 6'8". This guy's fucking huge.
Yeah. Put him against Taz.
There you go. Try to put him in that Lotus he bought. I'm just kidding.
Now this is pretty much where we're up to, where Moses was up to when he joined the show. Anna Jay challenged Hikaru Shida for the Women's World Championship. Nice little moment between Anna Jay and Tay Conti isn't exactly in the Dark Order yet. She's just kind of friends with Anna Jay, and she didn't want to give Anna the chair, but coming to the rescue once again, John Silver passes a kendo stick, which only leads to a 2 count, and a comeback from Hikaru to retain. So I'd imagine Anna Jay is going to have some questions for Tay. But after the match, Hikaru was just terrified, as we all were, of Abaddon.
Yeah, have you seen Abaddon?
Jeez.
Crazy.
I got
Just
so
crawling in.
got so damn excited.
Blood pouring out of her mouth, and then she literally licks blood on the belt.
And I'm like, COVID.
Yeah.
Goddamn COVID.
And I pulled, like, I was, like, channeling my inner Lonely Island during that whole segment as well.
People...
Is you just in...
Why was your dick in a box?
No.
Just in your pants?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice segue, because people were worried about, Jizz being on the NXT women's title after Paige. This thing's got either COVID or hepatitis on it.
Got it all, baby. Got the boys and girls on it. You know what I mean?
Taking it back to Paige and the Jizz on the title.
Hikaru's like, I ain't touching that thing.
I'm not either.
God, no.
But oh man, Abaddon is so she's so into that character.
I had to mute my mic just because that got me so good. I was like just choking, laughing my ass off.
I heard you.
Fucking hilarious.
Hey, it's a funny week.
This is a funny
week. God.
I mean, how the hell is Hikaru Shida going to stop Abaddon?
Well, she'll find a way.
Probably. I mean, she's literally beat everybody now. I mean, I like Hikaru, but come on. There's a couple of people who could have beat her by now.
Yes.
But
well, I mean, if they have a feud and they make Abaddon the women's champ, I know Travis will be very, very happy. Yeah. Right, Travis?
I'm going to be happy either way.
If anything.
Like, legit, I'm absolutely in love with Shida. I'm in love with Abaddon. And, like, I channel my inner Larkin when Abaddon debuted, you know. But
yes, I know. Looking up friggin' her. I remember.
Yeah, like I'm just so excited for this match.
Yeah, either way, they're injecting some life into this women's division finally.
Yes, I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm so excited about it. It's like, hey, when was the last time we were really excited for a women's title match in AEW?
I mean, I was excited when they were pushing Britt, and then she got injured.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Also, Britt Baker ripping off locker room talk this week. Okay, Mike, were you going to say something then?
Well, I was just going to say, man, I'm looking forward to it. But the thing is with the division, like when you had people like veterans like Serena Deeb there, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You got Thunder Rosa up in there. Like, they needed to do something with that division. And also, you have girls like Britt Baker getting hurt, poor Chris Statlander's still hurt. You got to do something.
Yeah, how much longer is Chris out for?
I don't even know, but all I know is I think
it's like, I think she has like another 5 months.
Nyla just dropped on her knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's fucking smart.
I think she should have like another 4 or 5 more months.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad.
Knees are bad. And she was already walking around in braces, no?
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought she was an alien, Mike. I thought she had some kind of healing powers.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, anyway. On to...
she fell in love with Caleb with a K and, you know, started becoming human, I guess.
Yeah, make sure you say with a K. Main event was, of course, Andy and the Blade getting the win over Pac and Phoenix. Surprisingly, getting the win over Pac and Phoenix.
With a whole lot of fuckery.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of fuckery. And then, of course, the family attack. And the weird part was, it's Lance Archer who cleans house and comes to the rescue.
Everybody dies, including Eddie Kingston. Everybody dies.
I love how he took out, I think it was Blade or whatever, right when he gets up to the thing, he just like...
Oh, when he flips, when he dumps over the ropes, yes.
And just boom, it was like, okay, well, Jesus Christ, you big giant fucker. He's just like, he can't wait to hit somebody. And I'm like, somebody get some football pads on this guy.
I've heard of cross bodies, but geez.
Yeah, that's across everybody's body.
But yeah, it was just confusing because Lance Archer's a heel.
That we know of.
I mean, I guess he's just the anti-hero now.
He's
I don't know. You can kind of play him as a tweener.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Is like he's not a heel. He's not a face. Everybody dies.
What I did find funny though was Jake coming up behind him and taking his jacket off like he's gonna do something.
Oh yeah, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It's hot in here, okay?
Jake, you don't have to get physical. Yeah, it probably was fucking hot. Jake doesn't have to do anything. Just pick up a mic.
Oh yeah, go into these, brother.
All right, so NXT. Last week we heard the announcement. Well, we didn't actually hear the announcement for the match, but we heard the announcement of the pay-per-view for War Games, and now we kind of know it's official that we will have 2 matches in. There it is. So one of them, of course, is Team Candice versus Team Shotzi. And kicked off NXT this week with Candice versus Ember Moon. Before long, we're joined by Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. And after the match, shocker, Toni Storm turns heel.
Wait, hold on. Say it right, Daz. Say it right.
Who? I said Gonzalez, not Diaz.
No, Toni Storm. Haley Ray style.
Toni Storm. Do I need to get that soundbite as well?
I will find it. Hold on.
But yeah,
I was completely shocked by how much time they got with that match. They got almost 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it went a little long.
Yeah.
Typically, you know, obviously I watch NXT and Dynamite side by side. Typically, Dynamite will be like halfway through their second match by the time the first match in NXT finishes.
Yeah.
So, did anybody see Toni Storm turning heel coming?
No.
Not really. I figured that they were gonna like try to like use her, you know, big star, big name, and actually like go with the babyface thing. But I guess this is helpful. It just my guess is who the fuck is gonna be on the other team?
Well, I'm assuming just based off of the show, it's gonna be Rhea, Io, and Ember.
Okay. I don't like predictability. I need somebody new here. Tell me Ember is hurt and you need to bring in somebody new.
Oh man, Ember's only just come back from being hurt.
Well, I don't give a shit. Tell her she got beat up so bad she can't compete. I don't fucking care.
Unless Io has like they're gonna give her a title match against somebody, but I doubt it.
Nah. The next challenger, I'm sure, is going to be Candice from the looks of it.
Did they have a women's title match last year at War Games, or was the women's champion in the War Games match? Was it Rhea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were. They did a women's War Game.
Okay, so that's pretty much the team that we're suspecting. Indy Hartwell obviously isn't going to be on the team. She's stuck in that neck brace,
hanging out next to Ghostface.
Now, unfortunately, the next segment came up against the Cody and Taz segment, so I had like 2 fire-ass promos at the same time to watch. Undisputed Era address, I'm still calling them the brand. Adam Cole, baby, is just fired up as fuck. Kyle O'Reilly is looking for a fight, and Adam Cole says what we all know is true. I love angry Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle looked angry and all, but you know who had the most energy out of everybody was Roderick Strong. I don't know why this guy, every freaking time that he actually gets like the entrance thing right, he gets extra excited. He's all on the bottom on his knees and they do the baby and he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I fucking did it. And I'm like, oh, holy shit, dude, calm down. Calm the fuck down.
Well, I mean,
but no, this whole thing was cool.
That entrance is everybody's favorite part of the show.
It really is, though. So I see why he gets all excited. But I did like how they cut to Pat. He's like, you know, did I look like I was ready for competition last week? No, I wasn't ready for competition last week, and I got sucker punched and kicked right in the mouth. Because that's how he says mouth.
And this was on his show too, so he's playing kayfabe.
Yep. He's playing it up, and of course the guys behind him are like, yeah, you weren't ready for nothing, yeah. And just, you know, adding fuel to the fucking fire, because that's what this thing is, and it's fucking awesome. So then Adam Cole grabs it, he's like, boys and girls, do we look dead to you? I'm like, you know what? Now that you think about it. And the technicalities.
Can I just say one thing, though, first? And I'm sorry to go off topic NXT, but this also kind of applies because he was talking about boys and girls. Yo, bro, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, the Kingdom and Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, seeing them back together. That's good for them. Good for Mike.
Well, good for both of them. But hopefully, Mike Bennett, not fucking Canales, will be taken more seriously this time.
I'm still gonna miss that theme song.
Oh, that theme song was amazing, but yeah, he got treated like shit.
That he did.
Ciampa sits at ringside, literally on the ramp for Kushida's match against Timothy Thatcher.
Oh, fucking good.
I
loved every second of this.
Surprise!
Loved every second.
Was it surprise? I mean, yes, it was surprising that Thatcher tapped out.
I think so. I mean, it came off a distraction, so it's one of those things where it's like, oh shit, So it's kind of like a pop, and it's like a somewhat of a clean win because his own dumbass distracted his own dumbass self. So I can't be mad at that. I was loving this thing. My wife is like sitting there trying to help, like she's like critiquing it. She's like, "Is he messing up? Is that why he's It's like, no, he's blocking it. Like if you noticed when Kushida jumped up, did his little koala bear, if you will, to go for the Kimura. Thatcher stopped him by holding his hand firm to his thigh or his hip, and that in jiu-jitsu is how you stop the Kimura, is you keep it closely attached and locked in place. You become a statue. They can't move that arm. They have to transition to something else, and then that's when Thatcher would take advantage. So it was great stuff, great little stuff like that. And then just to see Kushida working, and then when he got that lock in, he cranked the fuck out of it. And then I would have tapped in 2 seconds too, dude, because my arm ain't going backwards. I ain't gonna live in that life.
Hey, Thatcher's Mocan.
There you go. Hey. I'm taking that class.
Obviously, we forgot to mention Kevin Owens is on commentary this week, and I didn't even know we were going to get this, but we had a KO show with Leon Ross.
So good.
Oh my God.
I miss Kevin Owens so much.
Listen, I am not that big of a fan of these little talk shows on wrestling. It's getting overdone, and I'm burnt out on it, and it's not as good as it used to be back in the day. But by God, this was made up for every single damn one of them, I swear.
Yeah, I definitely felt that
way.
Loved
it.
Kevin Owens is the best at it because he just stirs the pot so innocently.
Well, not only that, but he just doesn't like give a shit what he says. He just says shit. He's just like, "Oh yeah, you come in. You want to sit on this chair? That's kind of what they're here for."
You can
tell
like,
right off the bat, you just don't give a fuck.
Kevin Owens was the star of the fucking show last night.
Mm-hmm.
From the beginning of the show where they were introducing him to commentary and like starts talking about the dude's makeup and this and that, and then there's like, by the way, let me take this one, and it says, "Here comes my show," and did you want to say something? It's like, no. I was like, "You sure?" And
it's like, hey, come on, it's my show. You should let me introduce it.
Yeah, just
so my show's coming up next.
Goes to commercial with him. Like, "You sure you don't want to say something?" And then he just comes out and he's like, 3, 2, 1, nothing. Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, there it is."
Like
fucking
monkeys in the truck. How could you get it wrong? He's cueing you up.
Telling Leon,
just press play.
He's all telling Leon, he's like, "Dude, haven't you seen this show before? You can't say people's name; they'll come out."
Then Johnny comes out, and then he starts pulling in a chair for him. He throws the chair over the ring, and then
he's like, "Oh, I'm no stupid chair."
He's like, I told you I don't want a chair. This one's not for you."
Well, who's it for? It's just a hunch.
It's just a hunch. What? And then again, he's like, "God dang it, Johnny! Did you not just hear what I told Leon?" And out comes Damian Priest, and he's all, "Did you want a chair?" "No, I'm good." "Okay, well, then I'm gonna fucking get comfortable." And he puts his feet up and shit.
I think he forgot what shape the entrance Tron is, because obviously he looked at it and go, "Okay, let's see a video clip. Oh, we're gonna play it behind us. Let's spin the chairs around."
He's like, "God damn, this place has changed."
Yeah, you can't see the whole video on that X, Kevin.
And the freaking ending is like, hey, if only we were in a time where Teddy Long would just come out and make a triple threat match.
Teddy. He's like, back in the day, there used to be Teddy Long. He'd come out and he'd make matches. So I wonder if if we have NXT has a guy like that. They all look to the back. Nah, we ain't got nobody. And then out comes William Regal. And then of course you get the It's the triple threat match.
Regal does it so straight faced as well.
and then because he knows I'm watching and because he has to listen to the retro, he struts out like he's fucking Regal from '96.
Yes.
Just dancing in the middle of the ring. I'm like, you're such a fucker. You're awesome.
Oh god.
And he pretty much repeats exactly what Kevin Owens just said. We're gonna have a triple threat match between Leon Ruff, Johnny Gargano, and Damian Priest. Thank you.
And what made it even so much better was the three guys were like, "This ain't real," and then they turn around and see the Tron and it's like, "Fuck,
it's real."
All right, I gotta say it. Even though we talked about him last week and and all that, I gotta say this week William Regal was the one with the chutzpah.
Regal's awesome every fucking week.
William Regal's the one with the.
There you go.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
All right. Cameron Grimes had. Well, he beat not Tony Atlas, Jake Atlas.
Oh, beating the shit out of Tony Atlas.
Beating me. I'm going to my room. Grimes beats Atlas with relative ease. Like,
Poor
it was
Atlas.
probably 2 minutes long.
I feel bad for fucking Jake Atlas. This guy was at I wanted him a part of Legado del Fantasma, and now he's just there. He didn't even get an entrance this week.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Loomis just pops up completely out of nowhere and challenges Grimes to a strap match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes
And I'm
sense,
like-
but who recently had a strap match?
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody.
Funny timing. Like, we haven't had a strap match for years, and then all of a sudden Dynamite do one, and hey.
Well, they did the blind. I think they're just trying to build on it because they did the blindfold match, and now you got to do a match where nobody can get away from each other.
Oh, yeah, I
And
mean-
why do I have a bad feeling it's going to lead to like a cage match?
To be honest, I mean, it makes more sense than Cody and Harper have. Not Harper.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that's his old
Brody.
name, Brody Lee. Being
Hey, just
connected.
random ass strap match for the title just cause.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes more
But the
sense.
best part was, Cameron Grimes just walks to the back, finds Regal, and is like, "Why do you hate me?"
Regal said something. I couldn't fucking hear it.
I was too busy laughing. I missed it too.
No, trust me, I tried so hard to listen, but they turned the fucking crowd up at that part. I was like, what are you telling him? Something hilarious? Don't cut him off, damn you.
It was probably something like, because you're a creepy little bastard.
There you go.
Probably.
Well, yeah, Rhea Ripley confirms she's not leaving, as we suspected last week. But then she gets attacked.
She pulled the fucking the Lilio. I'm not fucking leaving.
Yes. Then she gets attacked by Candice, Raquel, and Tony, and that's how we kind of know she's going to be on the team. Shotzi for the women's match.
Thank you. I just want to know who in the fuck is telling these girls to go ahead and you shave a part of your eyebrow in half, because that's not fucking cool. I don't know who told people that was cool. It looks stupid.
I think Rhea's just shaving random parts off every week. I mean, she lost part of her ears last week.
Yeah, that's right.
Still looks good. I don't care.
Yep.
I can't get the vision of her and Pete Dunne like possibly being relatives out of my head.
I gotta say, when it comes to Rhea Ripley, she's kind of like the old school Chingy song, man. I like the way she does it right there. I'm all about it.
Oh, wow. Fucking goddamn Mike, always bringing out shit from my high school days.
Now,
You're welcome.
surprise, in the next match, we saw, I don't know if it's a debut or a return. Have they been on NXT US before? Of the grizzled young veterans.
Hold on a minute, man. Don't disrespect the friggin'.
Fuck
Zach
the Walmart
Gibson.
Young Bucks.
Hold on. Oh, them. My bad. I was about to say, because yes, they have been on NXT. I was about to say,
No, I will
Everrise.
disrespect that. Get shoes off if you hate Gibson.
Shoes off if you hate Gibson.
Get shoes off.
If you hate Gibson, shoes off.
They were in.
I think there was one person in the NXT crowd that took his shoe off.
I would every time.
But
now that they're back, every time they're on television, no shoes.
Yeah,
but plenty of socks.
They were in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Classic, and we've seen them go against Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, man. But
what the hell happened to Mandrews?
Oh, they did an angle where apparently, so he's on NXT UK, right? He got attacked, and I think it had something to do with Eddie Dennis. So yeah, they're doing like a feud there on NXT UK.
Okay.
Yep.
And then of course we get to the main event, which was a ladder match between.
Don't forget the little cool cameo where there's a second Scream character, second Ghostface in the back of Johnny's car. When they took when Candace and Indy are there and they're doing the cool little interview, Johnny shows up. Yeah, whatever. Fuck out of here. Then they get in and then boom, Ghostface right there on the other side. So there's two of them.
I hope they do something with Scream 5 when that comes out. But that's probably way too far away to even continue this. David Arquette, yes, bring him to NXT.
David Arquette.
I mean, that's who's underneath the hood right now.
He is technically a wrestler. So it's Pete Dunne versus Kyle O'Reilly for the advantage in the match. That's never going to get old.
It's never.
Pete, you mentioned Ghostface. It wasn't Ghostface, but we did have some mysterious assistants.
Well, the only guy who you could ever guess it would fucking be.
Yeah.
He wore the same dumb shit ass mask that looks like a fucking goes on somebody's motorcycle helmet.
Like I don't know why he didn't just unmask after the match. He just hides it out of there.
And then honestly, I love this guy to death, but he's the only dude that's doing this whole jumping from the floor onto the apron thing because he can.
Yeah.
The guy, I don't know. I mean, it kind of fooled me because they used the mask because, well, they were trying to reveal that it was him. But now I'm wondering if there may be a fifth man because this guy looked a little bit thinner than Pat.
Gonna say he did look a bit smaller.
And
they
said on his show that he was not gonna be there. So I mean, it's a hit or miss.
Because
I know.
Fucking 30 years of watching wrestling, we've been told I'm not gonna be there, and they're not gonna show up.
I know.
I'm going to the hospital. He'll be back at the end of the night.
It's really, in my opinion, it's a hit or a miss. It could be him, but I don't know. Oh, like I said, the guy seemed a little bit thinner than Pat.
I wouldn't mind a fifth guy. I think that'd be kind of cool. That way he didn't have to wrestle. But I don't know who it could be. And like I said, the three dead giveaways for me that it was Pat was 1, the jumping from the apron to the floor. 2, the stupid mask, and 3, them fucking thighs and them quads, bruh. Fucking tree trunks legs. Punter life right there.
Well, my reason is I didn't think it was going to be him because he had such a hard time with his last match. Now, War Games.
Who told you had such a hard time with that?
Huh?
Who told you had a hard time with it?
What I heard was he was like basically down for a week after that match.
Oh yeah, but he loved it.
He was so.
But you do also know that he went on his honeymoon right afterwards, right?
Well,
that was the whole. That was his his. All right, great.
That was
you
his
got
wedding
married.
present.
That's your day. I'm gonna wrestle. This is my day. Let's go on a honeymoon.
I know, but I'm just speculating.
So
that's it.
His Christmas present is War Games.
War Games.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, Rick. Anyway, this fucking match was awesome.
Yes.
Peter Dunne is cut to shit. This fucking guy is just shredded. I don't understand. Kyle O'Reilly is the biggest asshole douchebag, but I love him. I say it in the nicest way you can say an asshole douchebag, because every fucking goddamn dragon screw hurt my fucking knee. Whether it was in the ladder, through the ropes.
Well, I mean, he fractured Balor's jaw.
Yeah, this fucking brutal fucker. And then Pete's not helping it. He's just like standing there, and O'Reilly's hands like caught in the ladder, and Pete's like, you know what? Let me just open this up and slam it. Fucker.
And speaking of Balor, actually, we still don't know what the hell's going on. He came back last week to announce the future of the NXT title, got interrupted, brought back UE, and we still don't know what's going on.
He said, what did he say? He said the cat's out of the bag or something.
And look what the cat dragged in.
Back. Oh yeah, look what the cat dragged in. Third hole.
But yeah, Kyle also took a nasty bump off that ladder.
Ooh. Okay, so the first bump that I screamed "holy shit" for in the middle of the show about 40 minutes ago was Kyle was climbing the ladder, right? And we already know, like, okay, guys are going to come through the side, they're going to tip it, and you're going to hang on, and you're going to bounce off the ropes, and it's as safe as it can be, and we understand. Nope, Pete's like, fuck this shit, I'm doing something new. Let me just push the shit out of this thing on the side. And this fucking ladder spun around the whole 360. Damn, Kyle O'Reilly's got to hold on for his fucking life. Poor bastard. I was like, I didn't know whether to scream or cry. I'm just like, what in the holy shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright, well, it is time for us to tap out and bid you adieu. So before we go, remember to like and follow Max Wrestling on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and follow us at Max Wrestling UK on Twitter and Instagram. We're also on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and CastBox.
Yes, bizarre!
And now Anchor.fm. That's why Mike was quiet for so long. He was building up to that.
I was going to say, he had to get his breath in, right?
And if that wasn't enough, you can find us on Wrestling with Wrestling. Thank you very much to Andre Corbeil. You can find me at the Captain 512. You can find Travis at Walker_TA92. And Twitch makes Vince's dick itch. But don't be a wanker and join us on Anchor with Moses Marquez.
Apparently so does OnlyFans, but I won't tell you that out loud, but I just did. Anyway, that's right. All kinds of stuff going on. It is Thanksgiving. The only show you should be listening to right now is this, and then go spend the rest of your goddamn day with your family. But right after that, maybe right after you're done eating, when football gets boring, turn on some Smart Mark Radio. There's all kinds of stuff up right now. Bolt Rant came out with, we did the preview to the Jets game. The review of the Jets game comes out later this morning. It is legitimately finishing up editing as I'm talking right now. I'm going to be dropping that long-awaited In Your House review tomorrow. It's, again, same thing, done. I've got 2 things I've got to do with it, do some editing, and up that goes. So your weekend could be filled with all kinds of fun jazz. And then we're right back to regular Raw and Nitros come Monday.
Nice. And he is the podcast machine for a very good reason. Who's been on the mic with Mike?
Well, first of all, last week in our promo bout, Ms. Brittany Savage said that I can't dance, and you know I can't dance. First and foremost, Brittany Savage, number 1, has 2 left feet. And number 2, with her going back to her natural hair, she looks like an emo fan of Evanescence.
Whoa.
So I will bring her to life. We will be going under, and she will know why she's everybody's fool. There will be a part 2. Bada bing, bada boom. I digress. You can check me out on the LFC podcast. Ty Embry is the latest guest, LFL All-Star and LFC prospect. You can check out the latest On the Mics with Kelsey Regan talking about ARW, Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling, and the Florida scene and the whole 9. You can check me out doing what I do on Max Wrestling on NetPicks. You can check me out at SoundCloud.com/MCLarkin92. Twitter at MCL92, SM Show 1, pop_culture_pod, LFC_pod for the LFC podcast. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. SteveandMikeShow.com, and I'm doing the damn thing each and every week. Why? Because I can. Woo! It's a good time to be alive.
How many pods could a podcast pod of a podcast could a pod?
What the shit?
Yeah.
Fuck off. I'm not doing that.
And join us
next week
for predictions to NXT.
Damn it, Swan. I had to go.
And it's our last stop before our 300th episode. Boom. We have arranged some very special appearances by some familiar, well, some of you may not find them familiar, but I find them familiar faces. And that, my friends, is the bottom line. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Go eat some turkey.
Dune's ripped.
Winter is coming for you.